I'm Orion, and today I am going to rank every Alice Oseman book. Now, I promised a few weeks ago that if I got, 3 likes, I'd do this video, and I never did it, so here we are. I'm gonna rank these, first of all, the order I'm gonna rank them in. I'm gonna do it in timeline order, and this time the actual timeline, not the one that I horrifically fucked up in the video. That was embarrassing. But I don't think you actually, you might not have seen that, so there'll be a link to my Alice Oseman reread video in the cards. Please go watch it. I spent a good week on it. So without further ado, let's start out with Heartstopper Volume 1. You know what, I'm going to start it off, I'm sort of tempted to make it A or B. Because it's not S, it's not my favourite of the graphic novels, I'll be 100% honest. But it's a start. And I feel like I have some sort of personal connection with the first 2 volumes. But they... I don't think they're as interesting as the later volumes. Because the whole getting together, really, I should put volume 1 and 2 in the same, because they're very close to the same book, really, just split into 2. I'll put them in a respectable A. Put both in A, because again, volume 1 and 2, they are basically following on from each other, and they're the same book, really. Volume 3, actually, knock them down to B, because volume 3, I think, is slightly more interesting, and in volume 3 we start to look towards, you know, finding out about Charlie's eating disorder and the way in which that, the homophobia and things he dealt with, how that really affected him. We get sort of start to see that coming in with volume 3 whilst they're on the Paris strip. So I'm gonna have it like that. And then we move on to volume 4. It tackles a lot of sort of the sadder elements of Heartstopper that have come in as of recent. But again, because it's Heartstopper, it's really heartfelt and sweet, and it's dealt with in such a nice way that I'm gonna have to put it at S. I have to put it at S. There's just no way I don't put it at S. Quite frankly, the way it tackles things is incredible. I really appreciate Alice for Volume 4. Now, obviously, as I mentioned in my Alice Oseman reread video, when we talk about This Winter and Solitaire and Volume 4, it kind of gets a bit messy. But this winter... I'm trying to think, how do I feel about This Winter? Because when I reread it, it didn't really hit as much. I'm going to put it A. Put it at a healthy A. As you can tell, I'm very biased towards Alice. I think her books are amazing. Well, most of them. And we'll really get to see how I feel about a lot of them. Solitaire. It feels bad to be harsh on Solitaire. Because, I mean, for lack of a better word, it's her first book. It's the first time she introduces Tory Spring, as well as Nick and Charlie being together. And we get Michael Holden, our very fun friend. He can be a bit strange, but he's fun. We like him. But I think Solitaire, when I reread it, it felt like Tori was kind of a bit... I didn't love her as a narrator. Again, like I said in the reread video, which no one watched, it kind of felt not as fun, not as good, sort of really pessimistic, and she's I don't want to put it at C tier, because I know there's a book I like less that I think deserves C tier, because I don't love it as much as the 2 Heartstopper books. You know what? I'm sorry, this feels harsh. This hurts to do, but it's going in C tier. Volume 5. This has only been out for like a year, and Alice has only just started putting up pages for Volume 6, which I am not going to put in because it's October 2024. We have seen a grand total of like 10 pages. It's not really worth ranking a book based on some pages that you've seen. But anyway, Volume 5, I think we start to see some more of Nick's insecurities and sort of the fear of he doesn't really want to leave Charlie alone. It's not an S tier for me. I think it's going to have to go into the A tier. I think in the middle. Yeah, in the middle of Volume 3 and This Winter. And now we move more into Alice's novels, or, well, a novella and 3 of her standalone novels. Nick and Charlie. It really tackles the sort of conflict of Nick going away and Charlie feeling like he's being left behind. I think, do I put it in S? I'll put it a high A. A high A, I think. Or do I put it as a low S? Low S, high A. I think that's where I'm going to put it. And then we move on to a book that everyone knows I love. If you don't know that I love this book, what? Do you even know me? Do you even know me? That is the truth. Radio Silence. Do I even need to say anything? It's S tier. It is a full... What else do you want me to say? I relate to Alid in way too many ways. It probably means I need therapy, but that sounds complicated and messy, and... that also sounds like work. But yeah, I really relate with Alid as both a creator and someone who struggled with university the first time round, so there's no way I don't put it at S tier. I think that it, yeah, that and the sort of found family aspect of it, I love Radio Silence so much. It's hard to say anything bad about it to me, and so yeah, easiest S tier. In fact, I think it's a high S, the toppest of S. Insert joke about topping. So now we move on to I Was Born for This, and this is controversial because I like the message behind it, and I like the sort of thought behind it, but the book itself isn't for me. I know a lot of people around me really love it, but I Was Born for This is just my least favourite Alice book, like, ever. I think it's just a case of I was in the wrong place when I was reading it. I probably would have loved it if I read it for the first time properly and not over the span of a month. I think I might have liked it a bit more, but yeah, I don't love it. Speaking of love, or lack thereof, moving on to Loveless. It's not my least favourite, but it's not my most favourite Alice book. I think it veers on high B. I do enjoy it more than some of the graphic novels. Or do I? Am I lying? Am I manipulating you? Loveless. What can I say about Loveless? It feels like whatever Pip and Rooney had going on in Loveless was like kind of overshadowed a lot of their book. I fear. And it made George's journey into sort of discovering herself feel a little bit sort of brushed off to the side. It felt, yeah, not great. And by the way, I feel like I need to say, in terms of Alice Oseman, I am kind of harsh on Alice. Because I love her books. Generally, I think all of these books are better than a lot. Wow. All of these books are generally some of the best in their category. Let's put this in. See, I still liked it. That's the thing. This is really hard. Giggity. Oh. I can't believe I'm thinking this much about Loveless, which was, you know, not my favourite book, but also not my least favourite. It's like trying to find the right genre of mid. What genre? Do you know what genre is? I'm gonna put it in A. And now I'm realising, I think it would be a bit more interesting if I put it like 2 in each tier. So I'll put Solitaire 1. You see, I like the first 2 graphic novels so much more than Solitaire. I was born for this, but you know what? I'm just gonna break my own rules. Putting them in here, moving them up to. I'm gonna keep these in C. I'm just gonna leave B completely empty, because that sounds about right. So let's get some sort of order. So I've got that. Controlling. You know what? Let's split this A tier in half. You know what? I think that is how I'm gonna leave it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have, make sure you check out my Alice Oseman reread video. Yes, it's an hour long, but I also spent like several days trying to edit it down so that it could even be an hour. The footage was 2 hours long, so please give it some support. I really wanted that video to do well. If you like this video, be sure to slap that like button. If you didn't, dislike it. I don't mind. And let me know what you thought in the comments. If you want to see more of my videos, make sure you also hit subscribe and turn on the bell notification to get notified whenever I make a video. But that is it for this. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Orion, signing out.